Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining this online seminar session. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Firyal Nidaan K and I am honored to be your moderator for this session. Today we will be listening to a presentation from two of our fellow students that will explore the use of game-based learning in improving English listening skills. So let me introduce our speakers. There are Merdiana Nawangsih and Agnes Sihombing will be presenting their paper titled Utilizing Trace Effect Mechanics in Digital Games to Foster Listening Proficiency. To Merdiana and Agnes, the screen is yours. Please begin your presentation.
All right, thank you, Moderator. Good day, everyone. We are from Group 18 from Class 6C. I am Merdiana Nawangsih and my friends Agnes Sihombing. Today, we would like to present our research about utilizing trace effect mechanics in digital to foster listening proficiency. Next slide, please. This is the material that we would to present their background, formulation of problem, purpose of the research, theoretical framework, methodology research, result and discussions, conclusions, and the last is references. Next slide, please. First is the background. In the field of English language teachings, or ELT, listening proficiency is a crucial skill that enables learners to comprehend spoken language in various contexts. Be that as it may, numerous understudies confront challenges in creating tuning inabilities due to components such as need of introductions to authentic spoken English. Trace effect mechanics allow to the cognitive and intuitive forms included in taking after and reacting to sound-related prompts inside the game environment. Next slide, please. All right, this is the formulation of a problem of the research. The first is how can the design of digital games be effectively utilized to enhance listening proficiency among language learners through pedagogically informed and interactive auditory engagement. The second is how do digital games affect students' motivations and engagement in improving their listening skills. And the last is how do the students' perceptions of overcoming the listening-based challenges in digital games. Next slide, please. All right, this is the purpose of our research. The first is to explore how the designs of digital games can be effectively utilized to enhance listening proficiency among language learners through pedagogically informed and interactive auditory engagement. Second is to analyze the impact of digital games on students' motivations and engagement in improving their listening skill. And the last is to investigate students' perceptions of overcoming listening-related challenges through the use of digital games. Next slide, please. All right, this is our theoretical framework. The first is digital game-based learning, or DGBL. In the DGBL, we have the role of digital games in language learning and game mechanics and language learning. Second is listening proficiency. In listening proficiency, we have cognitive processing and listening comprehension and the importance of authentic listening input. And the last theoretical framework is trace effect mechanics in digital games. There are definition and functionality of trace effect and studies on trace effect mechanics in language learning. Next slide, please. Okay, for the methodology research will be explained by my friends Agnes Sihombing. Time and screen is yours.
All right, thank you, Merdiana Nawangsih, for this opportunity. I will explain about our methodology research. So the first one is research design. our research design using a qualitative methodology. And then as a part of a qualitative methodology, the study employed case studies. This research aims to understand in-depth the experiences and opinions of all informants about the influence of digital games on their listening proficiency. Stress effect is the objective that researchers use in the study. And the next one is a participant. The researchers choose, previous slide, please. Okay, thank you. The researchers choose 6 semester students in English Education Class C at Sultan Agam Tirtayasa University as the participant for the research. In the study, the number of participants taken was 6 participants. In accordance with the adequacy of the information obtained, identified that 6 until 10 participants are needed for qualitative research. And the last one is data collection and data analysis. We use the instrument using open-ended questions and the research location in Google Form and WhatsApp. And the last is data analysis. We use thematic analysis. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is our result and discussions. This research aims to explore the utilization of the digital game trust effect that college students use to improve their listening comprehension, and how this digital game can increase their motivation and engagement and perspective on overcoming challenges in the utilization of digital games. The first one, we have a positive impact on these games. Digital games improve listening proficiency among learners through pedagogically informed and interactive auditory engagement. The first research question aimed to explore how the design of digital games can be effectively utilized to enhance listening proficiency among language learners through pedagogically informed and interactive auditory engagement. One of the respondents from respondent 6 reported better understanding of spoken English through repeated exposure to game dialogue. Next slide, please. Okay, in addition to increased exposure, participants also employed a range of listening strategies to support their comprehension. From respondent 3, for instance, described using repetition and visual cues. These behaviors align with cognitive theory of multimedia learning, which emphasizes the role of dual-channel processing verbal and visual in enhancing comprehension, according to Mayer, 2005. Next slide, please. Okay. Another notable outcome was the growth in learners' ability to infer meaning from context, rather than depending entirely on subtitles or translations. From respondent 5, he or she shared, "I understood some instructions just from the tone and situation without reading." And then this is aligned according to Nation and Newton 2009. The development of listening skills is strongly supported by opportunities for inferencing, which allow learners to process language in a way that mirrors real-life communication. Next slide, please. Okay, another positive impact, we have the 2, digital games affect students' motivation in improving their listening skills. The second research question aimed to analyze the impact of digital games on students' motivation and engagement in improving their listening skills. One participant from respondent 2 emphasized the enjoyment factors, and he or she stating, "We like playing while learning. It doesn't feel like a serious exercise." This illustrates how interactive and narrative-driven gameplay fosters intrinsic engagement, making the learning experience feel less like a classroom task and more like a meaningful activity. Next slide, please. Okay, all right. Another respondent from respondent 5 Respondent 4, highlighted how the game's story-based missions stimulated curiosity and emotional involvement, and he or she said, I was curious to know what happened next in the story. This aligns with the theory that narrative and interactivity in digital games are powerful drivers of engagement as they create personal investment and relevance for the learner, according to Reinders and Watana 2015. Next slide, please. And finally, of point B, finally, respondent 1, note a decrease in anxiety while using digital games for listening practice. She or he said, it doesn't feel like a test, so I was not afraid to make mistakes. This suggests that the low pressure environment of this game helps reduce the affective filter. This is aligned according to Crescent 1982. When learners feel emotionally safe and free from the fear of judgment, they are more likely to take risks, stay engaged, and ultimately improve their language comprehension. Next slide, please. Okay, for the next result and discussion, it will be continued by my friends, Merdiana Nawangsih. The screen and time is yours.
All right, thank you. This is the last of result and discussions is students' perceptions of overcoming the listening-based challenges in digital games. The third research questions aim to investigate students' perceptions of overcoming listening and related challenges through the use of digital games. One major issue reported was related to the speed and clarity of speech. Respondent 1 shared, the character spoke too fast and I had to repeat it several times. This highlights the difficulty learners often face when processing rapid or unfamiliar pronunciation in authentic video. This aligned with Van der Grief and Go 2012. Listening comprehension is frequently hindered by fast speech and unfamiliar lexical patterns, especially for less experienced listener who require additional processing time. Next slide, please. All right, another respondent 5, highlighted how the game's story-based in every mission is having the new vocabulary and it makes the learner confused. He or she said, there were some words I didn't know and I just guessed from the context. Initially, learners experience comprehension gaps due to the introduction of new or domain-specific vocabulary, which cause confusion and hinder their understanding of the listening material. This aligns with Nations 2001. Next slide, please. All right, the last is participant 6 remark, sometimes the game lagged or crashed on my phone, highlighting the importance of technological reliability. Also, these factors were not central to the study's focus. They influenced the overall learning experience. This aligns with the technology acceptance model by Davis 1989, which emphasized that perceived ease of use directly impacts user satisfactions and the effectiveness of technology-mediated learning. Next slide, please. All right, for the research limitations in the future. Studies, despite the insightful findings, the study is limited by a small sample size, which is 6 participants, affecting the generalizability of results. The absence of audio recording or interview data may have restricted depth of response. Moreover, technical constraints such as internet access, device availability, and software glitch were not explored but should be considered in future investigations. Expanding the study to include a mixed method approach or control groups would provide more robust data. Okay, the next it will be explained by my friend Agnes.
All right, thank you, speaker. So I will explain about practical implications for teacher itself. English language educators should consider integrating narrative-based digital games into listening curricula. Tools like trace effects not only enhance student motivation but also provide authentic language exposure, and then teachers can supplement gameplay with vocabulary scaffolding, reflection journals, or classroom discussions to reinforce learning outcomes. Next slide, please. Okay, before me and my friends continuing read and retell the conclusion, this time we will start Q&A session. I will give it back to the moderator. Okay, thank you very much, Merdiana and Agnes, for the informative and well-prepared presentation. Now we will move on to the Q&A session. To all participants, if you have any questions, please feel free to type them into the chat box or raise your virtual hand. Kindly mention your name and your question clearly, and we will invite you to unmute yourself.
Okay, may I?
Yeah, please.
Wait. Okay. Although the traffic effect games claims to increase motivation to learn listening, is this increase long-term or temporary? How can we measure and maintain this motivation after players stop using the game?
Okay, I will keep the question, and is there any question?
May I?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So I would like to ask, so trace effects games may be effective for practicing in listening in certain contexts, but how do they prepare players for the variations in accents and speaking rates found in everyday English conversation? Thank you.
Okay, that's a great question. For the presenters, please answer the question.
All right, thank you. I will answer the first questions. The first questions is also the trust effect games claims to increase motivation to learn listening. Is this increase long-term or temporary? How can we measure and maintain this motivation after players stop using the games? The increased motivations may be temporary if there is no follow-up after using the game. To measure and maintain long-term motivation, it can be done by the first is regular evaluations using standard listening tests. The second is giving assignments or projects that apply listening skill in real context. The third is using other games or varied learning resources to maintain interest. And the last is creating a supportive learning environment where students can use the listening skills that have been trained in the Trust Effect game. Thank you.
Okay, the next I will answering the Fibryna questions. Before I want to explain, let me read the question. Stress effect games may be effective for practicing listening in certain contexts, but how do they prepare players for the variations in accents and speaking rates found in everyday English conversation? Basically, not only trust effect itself, games may have limitations in presenting a wide variety of accents and speaking speeds. And then to overcome this, the first step is add a feature that allows players to choose a variety of accents or speaking speeds. And the next is use additional materials such as podcasts or videos with different accents. And the third is teachers or tutors provide additional materials in the form of practice questions that have different accents and speaking speeds. And the last one is give group assignments where each group presents the results of the discussion using different accents.
All right, thank you for all the questions and discussions. Now, before we close this session, I would like to ask our presenters to kindly read the conclusion of the paper. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, moderator. So the conclusion for our research today is, while digital games offer significant benefits to students such as vocabulary acquisition, enhanced contextual understanding of spoken language, and increased confidence in speaking, they also present notable obstacles. The rapid tempo of in-game dialogues necessitates repeated listening, and the introduction of unfamiliar vocabulary can strain students' cognitive load, aligning with Sweller's cognitive load theory. Despite these challenges, the motivational aspect of digital games encourages students to actively seek further improvement in their listening skills through continued engagement with such platforms. Conversely, the positive impact of these games on student listening abilities is undeniable. Participants consistently reported improvements in vocabulary, contextual awareness, and self-assurance after playing. The ability to discern nuances in conversation and the expansion of their lexical resources are critical advantages. This suggests that when appropriately navigated, the benefits of digital games in enhancing listening skills outweigh the obstacles, fostering a more confident and linguistically aware student population. Next slide, please. Okay, this is the last slide for our group. I will give it back to the moderator to ending our seminar today.
Yeah, thank you once again for your conclusion and for the entire presentation. We have now reached the end of this seminar session. On behalf of the committee, I would like to express our sincere appreciation to Merdiana Nawangsih and Agnes Sihombing for sharing their insightful research with us today, and to all participants for active engagement throughout the session. As a token of appreciation, we will now proceed with the virtual awarding of e-certificates. We are pleased to present certificates of appreciation to our presenters for their contribution to the seminar. We also extend our gratitude to all participants. And your e-certificates will be distributed shortly via email or through the seminar WhatsApp group. And finally, thank you once again for your attention, participation, and enthusiasm. May today's session bring meaningful insight and inspire further exploration in the field of English language teaching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.